Hey, this is WebJunior 1977 here, back in the Oasis once again, of course. And with, as you can see from the title, everybody's making a Friday the 13th video, so I figured I would go ahead and do the same. Just going to jump into my figures. Just starting with this one, even though I'm pretty sure this is the reboot, because everybody knows that Jason was not the killer in the first Friday the 13th. So I think this is the reboot figure from the reboot movie. Not as good as the other movies, but it's a pretty decent movie. It does have Jared Padalecki in it, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, moving right along. Brings us to Friday the 13th, Part 2, where Jason is first on the scene as the killer. He has this bag over his head first, this feed sack with one hole cut in it, before he actually finds his hockey mask. This one doesn't even have a hockey mask in the box. And his mother's head's right there. She died in the first movie, killed off. So let's go. This brings us to Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. You can't really see the 3D effect. You can probably see it move a little bit, but yeah. Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. Don't really want to get some of these. There's a couple of them I got out of the box, but I didn't get all of them out of the box. So yeah. Next we have Friday the 13th Part 4, better known as the final chapter. Yeah, okay. How many more did you make afterwards? Come on now, people. But this was the originally going to be the final chapter, the last in the series, but we all know how well that worked out. They made what, 6 more? Yeah, so this one's got Pamela Voorhees' tombstone. It's got the gruesome, the one face has an actual, the mask can come off and it has like a gash in his face, and you could put the knife on his face like that. Yeah. So moving right along. Brings us to Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, which a lot of people don't know, doesn't have Jason Voorhees in it either. It's got another dude wearing his mask. So, can't remember the dude's name right now. Pretty bad I can't remember, but I'm sure somebody will roast me in the comments. Oh, it was this guy. But that's cool. Actually, I think Jason does come back in this one because it's got the ones with the worms, and I think it is someone different, but then they bring him back. I can't remember exactly how it went. They jammed a spike into him and lightning struck it, which I think is, yeah, was this. So, yeah. So, next. Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives. So I think, okay, yeah, so the other one wasn't Jason Voorhees. This one is. Okay, so this is where Tommy Jarvis was in the other, was the killer in number 5. It wasn't actually Jason Voorhees. And this is the one where someone digs him up and decides to impale him with this spike right here. I can't remember if it's a fence post, like a gate post, or what it is, but then lightning strikes it and brings him back to life. So yeah, so this one's actually Jason Voorhees once again. So yeah, pretty gruesome face there. Yeah. All right, so next we got Friday the 13th Part 7. This is the last figure in the actual line series that I have that follows the movies. Again, a pretty gruesome face. Woo! Face only a mother could love. Okay, so let's open it up. We've got the gruesome face there. This needs in pretty rough shape, as you can see. It's got a weed eater. That's pretty funny. So yeah, moving right along. Brings us to Freddy vs. Jason, which is actually a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. It really isn't a Jason Voorhees. It really isn't a Friday the 13th sequel, but obviously it has Jason in it. I actually met the guy that did the stunts for this, which is pretty awesome. Especially the fire stunts. It's got fire for his sword, or machete, I should say. Pretty awesome figure there. Okay, so next, hold on one sec. Okay, so next we're going to go with the movies. Here's Friday the 13th. The original Friday the 13th. Put that there if you want to pause it and read it. There's the original. Then we have Friday the 13th Part 2. Friday the 13th Part 3. Just going to say part for now on. Part whatever. Instead of keep saying Friday the 13th. Alright, so there's the final chapter, Part 4. Part 5. A New Beginning. Part 6. Jason Lives. Part 7, The New Blood. I think this is not Jason as well. There's like 3 movies that he's actually not in. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But the first one is his mom. Number 5 is Tommy Jarvis. And I think this is someone else as well. But I'm not quite sure. Jason, or Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. And this is where they stopped putting Friday the 13th and just put Jason Goes to Hell. Is your Part 9. And then we have Jason X, or Jason 10. Then, of course, we have the reboot, Friday the 13th. Which is kind of like the first and second original movies put together, basically. Maybe even the third one, but definitely the first and second one because it has Jason in it. Which, again, we all know that the first Jason, Friday the 13th, doesn't have it. Doesn't have him. And here's Freddy vs. Jason. This is actually a 2-disc set. So, yeah. So, let me know what you all think of this collection. And also what you think of Friday the 13th. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Until next time, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll meet you right back here in the Oasis.